One shot.
He died when we were watching the movie. The whole family were at his house. We were watching Children of the Corn. This is a corn shirt.
Yeah. Just kidding, yes, I just won't need the one. I'm out in the corner bar with the VIP and the movie stars. Okay. Don't blink. Oh. Freaking mosquito. Freaking mosquito and dry skin. Holy. Where back be? Don't blink is your blink with sort of a messy hair. Don't care. We're still doing having a wonderful day. So today we're doing something special. We woke up at 5 in the morning this morning. We didn't sleep a lot last night. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do all my videos that I had to do, that I have to do. And tonight, when I'm gonna be ready, well, when it was gonna be sunset, we're gonna just focus on the tire talk, the tournament, and seeing what is what and who was able to do what. And with a bit of luck, God willing. Dude, my skin is dry, man. Holy. With a bit of luck, God willing, I'm gonna be able to do whatever I need to do, whatever I feel like doing, and I guess that's the most important part, right? Always do what you want to do. Because right now, I try to go back to sleep. I have a busy day, so if I do my videos today, I don't have to worry about it tonight, and I can focus. The tournament will take me an hour and a half, 2 hours, which means that I'm gonna be in bed at 9:30, at 10 o'clock. So should be pretty good. So this is gonna serve not as an intro, but as sort of a mukbang, because your boy is hungry. Your boy is starving, and I know. Nice little midday that you're going. And I know it's sort of rude to say starving because I am not, right? Some people are really starving in the world, but it's just an expression. And my skin is, I'm gonna repeat myself, but whew, I never had dry skin like that. And I'm not sure what causes it, you know? Oh well. So, let's do the proper intro. Don't forget your boy Ink will come to the mukbang of day 286 of Project Vendetta. We're gonna have a nice little meal. I'm gonna see what my mom gave me. So I have some leftover of that. We had a good morning. We This is. I got it on the 15th. No, that's not true. I got it on the 29th of June, the 17th. We're of course gonna have a shop for the month. A little drink to do, right? Mine, of course. Today is Wednesday. So I started doing my video. There's a game that downloaded to my phone without my permission, but it's complex. It's not without my permission. Is I pre-registered for it. And it downloads. So today we're drinking Rio Punch. I need to taste it because I tasted it already. It was 2 weeks ago or a week. And I thought it's not my favorite, but hey, it beats nothing. A nice cold drink. Always nice. So they compared to yesterday is a lot nicer. Yesterday's funny. I was looking at people do videos, and I saw multiple videos talking about how the sky is yellow, and I saw 4 or 5 videos in a row. Because by posting Nature Corn, my algorithm is, there you go. You're right, Nature Corn, and yeah. And I saw 4 or 5 videos in a row, and I was like, holy shit, that's enough. Before we continue, I just want to give a shout out to Ad, the person that we answered today this morning. Again, I don't think that you guys are going to follow in the chronological order, which is totally fine. I would say Totally Spies, which is also a good show. And she's like, and I was talking about this morning, I was doing a video for a friend, and I was doing a video with somebody that I don't really like. And look, she said, honestly, there's a mindset that people need. À partir du moment où tu stops de vivre pour regarder les autres, et t'as déjà ce que t'aimes, everything changes. Des gens qui passent leur temps à se comparer ou à chasser le cloud, au lieu de travailler sur eux-mêmes. Le day, l'authenticité sera toujours plus forte que la validation des autres. Keep doing you and keep your content speak for yourself. For yourself. One of the freaking nicest messages I've had in a while, dude. What a pearl. The principle is not validation, but yeah, I can absolutely say that I've seek validation on here. I'm just gonna be uploading. This is delicious, and the lasagna is ready, by the way. Actually, smell it. Everything, remember everything. If I could help you forget, did you take my regret? 'Cause I remember everything. I feel like going away. I'm still so far from home. Everything. But it's just a 30-minute video, so I'm gonna be having to upload something else. And I hate it because I now have the habits of uploading only one video at a time. Because, for example, this morning, when I stopped making the content this morning, I uploaded 6 hours of videos, and it legit took me 4 hours and a half. And I was tired from making videos, so I wasn't able to focus. And then I ended up uploading the same video twice. Yeah. I feel like going away. You hear me sing that song a lot today. Day part 2. And it's 2:25. Part 1.5. There you go, because it's only a couple minutes. My apologies. My apologies. I got a 25 minutes video and a 8 minutes video, but the next one is an hour 49. So this is good because I get to upload a lot. The 275 again didn't do the copy paste. Everything. Part 2. There you go. There you go. This should take a bit more time. Make sure that it uploads. I mean, it's about validation, but there's a couple more subjects, which is only one, but still. And the fact that basically you put your tongue in the inside part here, that way it doesn't slide into your mouth. I'm gonna get every single drop, bro. I only have one more. And by the way, the existence of this sentence doesn't make any sense. I only have one more, so people have 0 left. So, you know, be grateful for what you have, right? So, the subject of today. Oh, before we start, okay, now, I was filming a video. The game that I played the video. I played for 2 hours. It was okay. It was an okay game. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't even good, but my apologies. It was okay. My apologies. It was okay. What else? That's it, I think. That's it. I think that's it. Remember, we did some Planet, Planet Miner. I was like, yeah, well, I'm super hungry. And I was kind of hesitating between doing a TikTok, Twitch stream or the videos. The thing is, if I do the videos right now, I'll be able to focus, because the truth is, I don't know what time I'm going to go sleep tonight. I know I'm going to be super tired, but I don't know what time exactly, so. I'm like, okay, well, if the magic is to happen, the magic will happen before I go to sleep, right? And before I go to sleep, I cannot guess when I'm going to be tired. I cannot guess when I'm going to be going to sleep, but I can guess that I'm not sleeping right now. I can guess I can be working right now. So yeah, so I should get the food. Oh, this chair, dude. Friday, baby. Well, I don't know, because they said between the 17th and the 20th. You see, I kind of forgot something, huh? You see, I thought I thought I forgot something. Well, I know what I forgot. What I forgot was that we got a call from the government. And again, it's so stupid, because she used to send me like letters saying, hey, this is that date. She doesn't anymore. Na zdrowia. Smell good. Mom lasagna. Yeah, this is my 3rd time, and yes, I doubted 2 times. I sang Eminem 8 Miles. Will I do it 3rd time? Not so much. Sorry. You vomited on a sweater already. Mom lasagna. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready because the government called. So he's calm and steady. Answer. He picks up the phone. They're so mad. They go so loud. He's choking now. Everybody's choking now. All's good. She just want to know. I've been applying. I've been working. I've been searching. That's what she called me to say, hey, are you looking for work? Because, we gave you money because you're looking for work. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. I've been looking for it really hard. And, so then she asked me to check my account to see if the money was inside. And I had this huge problem where, my apologies, I don't check my account. You know the craziest thing? Last thing I spent was 2 weeks ago. The last thing I spent was 2 weeks ago. We spent for groceries. And we spent for buying the wire and the charger. And we spent yesterday for the chair. And I spent for a mask. And this is secret content. This is secret content. So, so good. So freaking good. Just like I was saying. When you're hungry, apologies, everything tastes good. But if it tastes good to begin with, you're super happy. So, I realized that I have a lot of money in my account. Once I got a lot of money, I can't remember the last time I had my money. I was 2024. I was working. Like, I would have to go to the store every single day and spend $200 to even come close to being ruined. Holy shit. Insane. Right? It's just the coolest part. When I started this video, this cloud was in there. And down is there. It's dark. I didn't finish the story about the cloud, right? So, my apologies. Because I'm doing nature corn, there's a lot of videos that are nature corn. It was annoying to see 4 videos in a row saying, hey, the sky is yellow. Yeah, it's yellow. But then I saw the video yesterday, or the sky yesterday, they made a video about it. So it's funny. It's very funny. Delicious. I'll do another portion. You're gonna see me doing that a lot. This is from Kenny vs. Penny. So this is from Who Can Stay the Longest. If your arms are like that, resting on something, you're alleviating, I don't know what you call it, the upper body weight, and the pressure on the lower body is less. So on this chair, there's no back to rest. Because there's no back to rest, there's no, all my weight is on the booty, and the booty is hurting because there's a lot of weight on it. My apologies. And it's a small chair. My apologies. So all my body weight is resting on half a cheek. No, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but on 2 half a cheeks. So 1 cheeks. It's not pleasant. But with that, we're alleviating the weight. When I feel like there's no pressure, I'm gonna stop. And when I feel like there's pressure, I'm gonna start again. You'll see this for 2-3 days. I hope you guys don't mind. Guys understand. I just explain as to why. So if you don't understand, it's not a me problem, it's a you problem, right? Cool. So I get a call today. I hate it because okay. So because most people complain. Most people that are in the program that I am in are complaining because you're not making that much. You know? The only reason I'm surviving is because my mom made the food. The only reason I'm surviving is because I went to my father's twice last week and I ate twice. I ate 1 meal a day. I didn't have to worry about meal for 2 days of the week, which is 25% of the time, right? So by doing this and by doing this a lot, and besides when I eat, I'll eat like a chip. And a bag of chip is gonna be like, the price is raised though. It takes like $5 right now. So I'll eat 1 bag of chicken, that's my meal for the day. I eat for cheap, so I'm not complaining, but Some people are gonna go to the, well, you know what, I wanna go out, I wanna have restaurant. No, motherfucker, you're not working. You don't get the luxury that people that work get. You don't take advantage of the you don't get, and I'm part of that, so I'm not judging. You don't get to take advantage of the capitalistic system if you have a socialist mindset. Again, you don't get to take advantage of the capitalistic system if you have a socialist mindset. If you feel like you shouldn't work and you should live the big life, if you shouldn't work, well, nobody was going to work, right? Everybody was going to be wanting the big life, which is a social communist mentality. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. If you work, you can take advantage of capitalism, right? Am I saying that capitalism is better? No. Capitalism is better in the sense of there's sort of a justice. Yeah, there's sort of a, yeah, you see, I cannot stay a long time. 3 days, guys, I'm so sorry. Capitalistic is a bit more just. Doesn't matter who you are, a bottle of water will cost the same thing for everybody, right? Depending on where you are, it's gonna cost different, but doesn't matter if everybody walks in a store and buy one bottle of water, they'll all pay the same price. It is not just because there's gonna be a difference between the elite and the rest of the people, the top 1%, right? The billionaire, the millionaire, right? And yeah, and because of that, it's a case of, how can I put this? Because of that, it's a case of stuff. Because of that, it's a case of fake equality, because you're being told that there's ways to get there, which is work all your life now. If you make $1 million working every single year, for example, how many people are making $50,000 a year, right? And again, I'm just asking question. I'm not judging. I'm not saying that I'm not complaining. So how much $50,000 are in $1 million? How much is 10 years at $50,000? 500. So you have to work 20 years and make $1 million, right? How many 20 years are you at in you? You're gonna work for 40 years, 50 years, right? Right? One other one. Fuck. And the worst thing, there's one in the fridge right now waiting for me. Screaming my name. Ink, drink me. Let me caress your lips. With my cold, metallic exterior. I like a porno. Okay? But it's calling my name. Trust me. And that's reality. How many $1 million can you make in your lifetime? What about $1 billion? You'll never make $1 billion, right? They give you this false mentality like, hey, if you win the lottery, right? Or hey, if you invest in the right things. It's all bullshit. There's always going to be a class system of rich, poor, right? There's no middle. There used to be a middle, there's no more middle, right? There was this documentary a couple of years ago. It's a reality in Montreal. It's not the reality everywhere in the world, but some people, it's kind of dumb. Some people were working 40 hours a week and couldn't make it, couldn't pay all the bills. But then you would ask them what they spend their money on, like none of your business. Okay, well, maybe there's a couple of issues here and there, right? But they were saying that the face of poverty changed. No, the face of poverty is the face that there's no middleman, there's no middle class. And then if everybody is poor, then everybody's in the same situation. But with capitalism, if you know everybody is in the same situation, the cost of life is getting higher. And you don't get raises that matches the cost of living. So inflation doesn't follow the simple rule of I'm making X salary. It's because I'm making X salary, the inflation should be X, right? No, it's like, okay, well, this person is making, so this is kind of a cool thing too, because it's fairness, right? It's fairness. This person is making $50,000. This person is making $60,000. This person is making $40,000. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro. I don't even have the slightest idea. I'm just talking logic here. I'm just talking logic. So the inflation It's going to be individual. Let's say you make $40,000, you don't get a tax or a toll in English, a rate. You don't get a rate of inflation. If you make more, you don't get a rate of inflation. You don't get a rate of inflation, right? So the rate of inflation is for everyone. But then there's different class of people. There's different class of poverty, there's different class of salary, right? And then for a lot of people, for majority of people, see, this turned off because it was too hot, and this turned off because it was too hot. This is kind of cool. I like that. Why? Because it shows that it's not a single phone the problem. These are the two only phones that I have that are doing something else at the same time. So yeah, so it is kind of cool to. It is kind of cool to do. It is really cool to do. Oof. Right? Good. So yeah, so it is kind of cool to think about, because inflation is the same for everybody, but not everybody has the same increase. Talk about a system based on promotion. How many people in your company get promotion? 1 or 2 a year, if you're lucky. Sorry, you get the same rate of inflation, right? The only system in my mind that makes sense is meritism, which is the harder you work, the more you should make, which makes sense. But that's not the case. And then it goes with who you knows and different kinds of people, right? So there's a whole Ivy League. So there used to be a problem with not university, but some of the university. There was a problem with alumni. So the fact that you went to a university, you were automatically cast as an alumni. And alumni, they would have like specific jobs. For example, there was this firm of law, and for example, you saw the movie, you saw the series Suits. So Suits is a series about a kid, which is Michael, who is a genius, right? He's a genius. Then he runs away from a teacher because he's getting paid to take classes. So Michael meets RV. RV works for I don't remember the name of the firm, but it's lawyers, right? I think it's RV. I don't remember what it is exactly. He's working for a firm of lawyers, and then so they talk, and then RV realizes the guy is he's a boss. He's like, okay, well, guess what? You're taking risk. You're taking a legal risk. I'm going to offer you a job with a good salary, where you're not going to take legal risk. However, the place that they're working on, I think they were only taking like Harvard alumni. So you have to go to Harvard. So just getting in those schools gets you a specific advantage, right? Now, let's be honest here. It's a show, okay? It's a show. Is that real life? Probably not. It's a show, okay? So getting in those schools, right, gives you more rights. And then you have to wonder, and you have to think about, how did I get into school? I got good grades, or did I know someone? There's a little bit of both, right? So you're going from a system of, what is it? Fuck. I used to know.
Doing great, thanks. How can I help you today? You are likely thinking of a feudal system, feudalism, or a caste system. You're very welcome. Let me know if you ever want to
So yeah, so the feudal system, right? This used to be the lord. This used to be This used to be like in feudal Japan. It used to be really big. I think North Korea is still feudal, but I'm not sure. So you're trading a militarism system, which is, again, I have put in the effort, henceforth I deserve X. Versus I know this person is henceforth I deserve X. The X is the same thing. I don't know, you work hard or you know someone, right? The X is what? Getting into school. Getting into school gets you to a special caste, and it's not always under meritism, right? That's what sucks. So this is why there's always going to be a class system, a system of class. That sucks. That's sucky. Now, am I blaming the school for that? No. Am I blaming the system for that? Maybe. Is it the end all be all? No. But it's a big part of it. It's a big part of it because there's a whole system called old money, which is chances are that your parents were rich. Because your parents were rich, you'll be rich, right? You'll never have to worry about anything. And chances are that your parents were so rich that your kids won't have to worry about anything, right? I think it was Trump. This guy was seen as a business mogul. Am I saying that he did everything wrong? I don't know. But I know that his father was rich. And I know that his father, he had a lot of money in inheritance. That's what I heard. I'm not sure that's true. I know that he had money as inheritance. And I heard that with the amount of money that he got, even if he had a couple of failures, he was still good, right? I just don't know if that's true. But if it is, then you're not creating new money. You're using old money, right? And the thing with old money is always in circulation, right? So there's also this old thing with corruption. For example, you're my friend, henceforth I'm going to give you a contract for construction, right? And then we'll share the money. So, for example, there was in Canada, there was a project to legalize weed, right? Which was in 2000. When was the interview movie made? Okay, in 2014, the Canada legalized weed, right? They start coming into talk to legalize weed, right? But there was a it wasn't new. It was in a talk for a while, and some people higher ups in the government knew about it, right? And then they sort of noticed just before weed was legal that there was a high rise, and the state the actions, is that a good word, in the stock market. So there was a raise in the value of stocks for weed farm and weed producer, right? And then this no one enough space now. So I just uploaded some. Fuck you and you hoo 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 hoo. I hate your friends and they hate me too. You know what I love? I completely forgot that I was uploading, and because of that I'm stop. I'm true. Is there a hot girl bomber anthem? Turn it up and throw it tantrum. Is there a hot girl bomber anthem? Turn it up and throw it tantrum. It is, you know, there. I'm trying to put an emo chicks that's broken. There's the college. Say fuck you and you hoo 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 hoo. I hate your friends and they hate me too. I'm true. Is there a hot girl bomber anthem? Turning up and throw a tantrum. I'm not a ghost. It's just me and your ghost. And it's crippling depression. I thought I've learned my lesson. And I turned off my phone. And I'm over here alone. It's just me and your ghost. I got one thing to talk about. I'm not a ghost. It's just me and your ghost. I hear from Black Bears, possibly do, re, mi, fa, so fucking done with you, babe. So fucking done with you. And I do like Black Bear, but when you see people that's made me
morning, it is sunrise, gorgeous.
They talk about London, talk about So Lonely. Money making, home base, studio, basement. They like it later that you never wanna make it. Take it like it later that you never wanna make it. I don't need to lead you. All that you know that even when I see you taking in the spotlight, I know that I see through. You know that I need you. Tattoo on your shoulder where you're saying fuck you. Hold on to the money making, home base, studio placement. Later like it later, cause I never gonna make it. Hater gonna never gonna make it. I don't really need you. That you know that even when you see through and in the spotlight, I know that I need you. You know that you come back, tattoo on your shoulder, or lunch. So long, you've been roughing on my mind, got me acting so well. Ooh, you died, so you closed. And I forgot to charge this phone. Every phone charges except for this one. What are you doing, Inch? I'm uploading, dude. Priority, my dear friends. Tattoo on your shoulder where you're saying fuck you. See, the problem that I have right now is that we're not sleeping 8 hours a day. And we're not even sleeping 6 hours a day. So usually, when I was doing the 8 hours, no matter what I'm doing, I'm sleeping. Which means that no matter what I'm doing, I'm uploading. Right? Now we're sleeping 5 to 6 hours. So there's not only 2 less hours to upload, there's 2 less hours for... There's 2 less hours for uploading, there's 2 more hours for filming. So not only are you making more content, but you're uploading less content. You're taking smaller breaks and you're working more. Which gets into what? Overproduction. See, I was talking about money, right? You understand that one of the bigger problems is overproduction. Like when you realize, like, okay, so I'm something disgusting, right? And again, I'm not capitalistic. I believe in a system of marriageism, and I truly do. And the beautiful thing about marriageism is, if you want to do nothing, you can absolutely do nothing. You won't get shit, but you can do nothing. And for example, if you say, okay, well, I need X to survive per month, you can do exactly enough work to provide for X. And if you want to work a little bit more, you do X plus 1, X plus 2, right? Algebra. I love algebra. Why? So it was a system where I was in class, and this is the worst thing that can ever happen. I think the worst thing that happened in my high school years. I had tutors the weekend, and there was this concept. There was this. I was in class. And I wasn't paying attention. I was like, dude, why am I gonna listen to this shit? I'm gonna learn it this weekend, right? And I had learned that algebra was really hard, so the teacher only mentioned the word algebra. And I was like, oh hell nah, I'm gonna learn it on the weekend. And the guy taught me in the weekend, and he taught me like a really cool thing, which is, he really taught me in a good way. This guy was a freaking good teacher, because I remember. This is stupid to remember because that was I was in 2011, so it was 15 years ago. Yeah, and I remember he explained to me the Pythagoras system using a box of juice. Yeah, this guy was a good teacher. This guy was a great teacher. So yeah, box of juice, best tool to use. I always liked math. So with algebra, it was like I was always seen by other people and myself as a student that was having difficulties, right? And there was a system that I understood that nobody else understood. And I'm like, ha, who's a sucker now? So yeah. That was my first claim to glory. Algebra. Yeah. Not the greatest, but hey, we'll take what they give and we'll be happy. We'll be thankful. I do believe in marriageism a lot, right? But I understand that capitalism is needed. I believe in a system that is equal for everybody, and sadly that's capitalism. Because when you talk about everybody, there's never going to be 100%. But if 95% of the population is poor, then the system works for 95% of the people, which is good. If you're going to take advantage of it, get 95% that deal with, right? And yeah, and I'm gonna say something that's disgusting, but you see like the amount of food that we waste on a weekly basis. But when you understand what is the cost of production for that, what is the cost of production, what is the cost for what you call it in English, main d'oeuvre, workforce, no, salaries, yeah. You understand what it costs you in nature products. So for example, you have 2 tons of corn that is thrown in a year. 2 tons, right? Well, that corn needed water, that corn needed soil, that corn needed a vitamin from the earth, right? So you're wasting resources, and those resources have a price, right? So you're not only wasting product, you're wasting profit, you're wasting money, you're wasting what? You're wasting natural resources, and because of that, the farmer that lost 2 tons, which isn't a farmer, it's a conglomerate of farmer. So I was watching the movie. Which is don't no. I'm gonna say don't legalize it, which is Chirp Our Boys. And that's weed legalization. I was watching the movie Oversize Me Too, and the guy there was this furry, the fursuit. There was this furry, I word in French though. La folie, la fureur. There was this trend for chicken sandwiches. So the guy from Supersize Me was like, okay, well, what does it cost to make like a? There's a bee on my. This is why I'm a bit chillax. Still, I was gonna say nervous. Nah, I love bees. System of a bee. When you understand how a beehive works, it's insanely cool. Insanely cool. Like I was saying, with Supersize Me, we saw that. And he was seeing that the term biological chicken was used loosely, that free range chicken was used loosely. And then the whole movie is about what should we call it? How easy it is to do to fuck over people with food. And with that, he was talking about because he needed chicken, a lot of chicken, so he went to see farmers, and there was a corporation called Big Chicken. That was years ago, and I still remember. The corporation, I think I have it on on this phone. I'll show it to you. But I still do. I still have it. I'm 90% sure that I still have it. When I say 90, it's 100%. But I don't want to be looking like a fool, you know. I don't know that 2-3 years ago, because the guy died. That was 2 years. So that was before that. Oh, by the way, this guy Murdoch, which is behind the production, it was cool because it was a mockumentary. It was like a documentary, very Kenny versus Penny style, which I loved. And he was doing a challenge, which is eating McDonald's for 30 days. And he was kind of lying. You can't see that you're being sick. What he wasn't talking about is he was vegan. He was vegan, so he didn't. His body did not. So I don't think the body stopped knowing how to process meat. But meat is harder to process than other food because a lot of proteins, a lot of carbs, right? You don't go from eating a salad every single day to eating 2 pounds of pasta, you know? You just don't do that because there's a lot of carbs, there's a lot of calories. Your body will get sick, right? And he was making himself sick, you know? So yeah. So there was kind of this dishonesty. There was this. It wasn't dishonesty. I would say it was shock value, right? He was going after a corporation. So oh, wow, he's our hero. No, he's a liar, right? But he did change a lot. So after that, a lot of companies had to do, well, not directly after that, but a lot of companies start wanting to be healthier, right? And the problem with that is carb. There you go. Something smells delicious. I don't know what smells delicious, but oh, it's me. Whoa, nice. So, like I was saying, yeah, it was going after corporations, so you all like it. So what happened was one corporation said, okay, well, we kind of have bad practice of that movie. We have to go healthier. And then another company saw that there was rise in the sales, so they went healthier. And the third company was like, dude, we're kind of the only person that's not healthy around here. We should go healthier. So this domino effect of bullshit. Is it true that you're gonna get sick if you eat fast food every single day? No. You're gonna get sick if you eat it for. There's this guy who eats a Big Mac every single day. He's been doing so for 10 plus years. This is a true story too. That's a true story too. That was not the goal today. That was not the subject today. But you know what? I'm in a mood to talk, so let's just talk. Let's just have fun. Let's just chill. I'll lack storage, but fuck you. I'll do whatever I want. I have to really charge that. Fuck. Cause you forget. Dude who ate Big Macs. Yeah, The dude who eats Big Mac, is Don Gorski, a 72 years old retired police officer from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. He held the Guinness World Record title for most Big Mac eaten in his lifetime, having consumed roughly 36,000 burger. And I think I got a picture, and that's possibly the guy. Yeah, that's him. It is 100% him. 100% him. My dude is healthy. Is he the healthiest guy in the world? No. Who's the healthiest guy in the world? Possibly not a vegan, possibly not a vegetarian. And if you are, congrats. But you understand that there's going to be long-term problem. Like what the person that was really good to talk about that was Nico Avocado, which did something crazy. He went from something that was seen as healthy, but it was destructive to the system. He went for something that was seen as destructive to the system, which went for fast food, right? And yeah, I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna put back the tower. I'm gonna get the charger for that. Holy fuck. You put you on the shoulder and I'm saying fuck you. Hold on. You talk a lot of that's done now. And we're back. We're back with the everlasting freaking mukbang. Right? So yeah, so all of these are kind of cool, right? All of these are kind of cool because you see who consumes. So there was this so we started a whole subject because of casts, and I'm going into an eternal loop. So I'm going to come back to cast because that's all planned. That is all planned. Look at the cloud system too, beautiful. So the cloud is not going to be cloud, which is lowish. This is very nice to film. Oops, this is very nice to film. This is better because here there's nothing. Sadly, there's nothing there. So here is nice. Here is very garnished with clouds. That's Novia. This will be a phenomenal manscape. The last time I got into legal trouble, so I'm not gonna do it. If you don't know what manscape is, good for you. Good for you. Trust me. You don't want to go down that route. Trust me. So there was this CEO, right? I'm not gonna name this the name of the brand, but it's a suit brand which starts with a C. And there was a leak phone call. I love you, dude. No, not in the closet, a CEO. Even then, if he was, why in the closet, bro? It's nice outside. It's a bit warm. Drink water. It's nice outside. He was talking about how the meat and his product was a fake meat. It was 3D printed meat, right? And he mentioned, what was the word he used? What was the word he used? Well, thank God I have more than one phone. Thank God that I had more than one phone. I don't know if you need you. We're gonna go with Soup CEO. Ooh, phone is too hot. He don't say. Nuh-uh. Soup CEO. Oh, say okay.
Campbell's.
So let's see them.
This morning,
Many of the consumers in this country have spent the last several years in an unprecedented level of inflation. I mean, in fact, 8 out of 10 consumers.
Is that what I want? Is that what I ask you? Nuh-uh. There you go.
Campbell's wants you to think that this vulgar leak is only about an executive who works in IT, far from the food.
Yeah,
But I dug into the ways the company has continued to respond to the fiasco, and it shows some deeper issues. Start with a spokesperson emphasizing that the alleged comments were made by an executive.
You don't hear them, but
Campbell's
That's for I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's unhealthy. Now that I know what the bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
so I'm gonna read it because
Campbell's
that
want
was
you to think.
incomprehensible. You guys accuse me of talking fast. You guys accuse me of I didn't understand, bro. This is better. No. We have that's for poor. Oh, excuse me. Finish reading. We have that's for poor people. You guys are. I don't buy Campbell product barely anymore. It's until now that I know what the in it. You can eat bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. And you think I'm crazy? Okay. Just proved my point and a half. I gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah, that was not a fart. Ooh, baby. I'm gonna put this in the fridge for a couple minutes. Yeah, in the fridge. Yeah, in the fridge. Getting much better. Plus, the phone is a bit cooler because there'd be a real problem today. It's not as hot as yesterday, but it's still hot. True. Like I was saying, yeah, and also another thing. I don't remember which CEO it was, but it was CEO of a burger joint, and he had to eat the product, and he ate the product and he was like, he didn't like it. So then Burger King, which is a good CEO, I guess. I don't know the CEO, but you know. And Burger King, what he did was he ate their product, and he was smiling and said, "Here we can eat our own product." And that was brilliant marketing. It was brilliant marketing, but it was politics. It was in every shape or form politics. When you realize that, holy shit, dude, that's not serious. It's just burgers, chill. But it's multi-million-dollar enterprise. Another principle of secret society, because you realize that secret society isn't hidden market, it's not hidden club, it's not hidden bar, it's not hidden restaurants. Secret society isn't here. It's knowledge. Knowledge we don't have. Knowledge about the economy of the world, about what is the upcoming change in stock market, the upcoming change in finance, right? For example, there was this fight, right? And again, I'm not saying that it was, right? But you had a fight last week of, we had a fight last week of Max Holloway and Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor got fucked up because he injured himself, right? And then there was somebody that was filming Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn, and minutes before, right? Minutes before the leg of Conor. Oh, thank God. He's gonna fall. I'm using a plastic bag filled with water, which is frozen. Well, not frozen, it's fridge temperature. Don't fucking fall, dude, please. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, so and Mel Gibson said his knee is messed up, you know? And then a couple minutes after, Conor got his knees injured. Is it, you know? I was talking about insider knowledge, it's insider trading. Insider trading is when you're in a company executive or a company employee and you're investing a lot in your own company because you know something. It would be like if that, I'm going to take UFC as an example because it is the best example for the most amazing reason, right? Let's, for example, Dana White, he knows that one of his fighter is wounded or has been wounded in the past, and he says to his friends like, "Hey, bet against this guy. This guy is wounded." Remember using Dana White as an example? There's a problem in the UFC before. There was a couple of cases. I don't remember who it was, but they were monitoring the bets, and there was a specific fighter. I don't remember who it was, but he. A lot of people were doing weird bets when he was fighting. He was doing very weird bets, and then he was like, I have no way to prove insider knowledge or insider trading, but something is fucking, and he canceled fight because of that. So Dana White was fantastic for that. Shout out, because there's a lot of money in sports. Like for example, you see Mark Cuban, which is a Jack and Dan. He has a sports team. Is it his most lucrative business? No. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why he has that. Am I saying that he's doing insider trading? No. Am I saying that he's not just, he is more than, possibly is just a fan, but what am I saying with that is a smart businessman, a talented businessman that knows what he's doing, realized that buying a sports team was a sound investment. And that proves you want to know, how to invest, you want to know how to put your money, you want to know everything. Follow the people that, for example, if you know that somebody, one of your friends, is really good with money, you follow him because he does market research. So for example, the way you do it is super simple. The way you do it is you go to a company and you say, okay, well, they have this new patented product, right? And the product means that it's theirs, somebody can copy it, right? So, you know that there's going to be a lot of change in the stock market. After releasing the products, either the product will plummet or will increase in value because of new product, right? That's when you decide to invest or not invest, right? That's actually pretty cool. There's this this gonna be disgusting, but hey, that's life, right? There's this there's this urban legend, okay, that the second you go to strip club, I'm talking about titties out, bro. The second you go to the strip club, the less guy with suit and tie you see, the worse economy is. Because the first thing people with businesses, the people with money will give up is shippers, which is super sucky. So there's a rumor that if a stripper or a lady of the evening is doing something like Uber Eats or working as a cashier, the economy is doing bad, right? I do find it I find it hilarious because it makes sense, but then again, I think it's just talking shit. I think it's just talk to talk, you know. So I read the information, but is it true? Go figure. Will I go to a strip club to realize if the market or the economy is doing well? Probably not. Will I ask a stripper, hey, how's the economy? No. No. Will I ask a stripper? I should do that joke. How's your relationship with your father? Yeah. The worse the better. It's such a shitty thing, but hey, honesty is the key to virtue. And translucence, or there's another word for that. Transparency is the mother of honesty. And I might be an asshole, but I'm an honest asshole. I will always be a dishonest good guy, right? So now we're done with the freaking hour and a half conversation about the economy that wasn't supposed to happen. I'm going to be talking about validation. So the feeling of validation. And I talked about this before, so I don't need to go in depth. I'm not in a rush, but at the same time, homie got shit to do, so homie will do shit. Of course, that's how I seek validation. I was always told that I was a weird kid. I wasn't the fastest, I wasn't the smartest, I wasn't the prettiest, I wasn't the funniest, I wasn't the most athletic, right? I told you a story of, how can I put this? It's a true story too. I told a story in gym class. I was always the last picked. For mysterious reason, go figure, I don't know, right? Weird reason, right? Why am I the last pick? Go figure. And then I started working out in 5th grade, which is not 5th grade, we call it 5th grade, but for you guys it's 11th grade, which is the last grade of high school. Right. One phone told me that you were out of storage, don't know what phone. So everything's a mortgage, and if I can find it, then I can answer his plea. Is it you that is guilty, or is it just me? I think about sleeping all day long, 'cause I'm too tired to sing along this song that I made up for you guys to scream while licking an ice cream. And I love the movie Scream, and I got to laser beam. Are we part of the same team? I think that's it for Eam, right? That's it for Eam. The complete dictionary of Eam has been said.
On this 18 July 2026.
That we're uploading. My own voice. No arigato gozaimasu. No thank you. Dude, what the heck? It's uploading so fast. It's so fast. 3 hours has been uploaded in a couple minutes. How is that possible? I don't know. Shut up, myself. Shut up. Why are you talking the whole day? And at night, your own voice reverbs. You're like, oh my god. ¿Qué estás aquí? Eres everything. There's a lot of nothing, bro. Part 4. Is just me or saying part 4? Part 4 sounds like parkour. And I'm seeing Michael Scott jump in a garbage bin. For some reason. Yeah, go figure. Yeah, you know. Ooh, 12 minutes for a 3 hours video. Which is fucked up because I uploaded 6 hours this morning and like, oh my god, it'll take you 4 hours. Nay, bro, nay. Okay, part 5. I was just uploading a lot then. If that, I'm not gonna check every 2 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, part 6. Puzzle and survival. Good. And then I'm gonna do a last one, which is Pixel Brave. Dans mon corps de jeune fille, dans mon corps de jeune fille, il y a des changements. Je me suis rasé les aisselles en pensant à toi. Si tu avais vu celle laquelle, tu comprendrais pourquoi. Je me suis mise toute belle dans ma veste à pois. Dans mon corps de jeune fille, dans mon corps de jeune fille, il y a des changements. I love that we can just upload like 6 hours. 6 hours, bruh. And it takes a couple minutes. But I got some good news. We got a 3 hours and a 5 hours. Et je me suis rasé les aisselles en pensant. You think it's the speed of the Wi-Fi, but nah. I fear it's the phone. I fear the phone would be defective, bruh. I'd be fearing the fear that the phone are not only deceptive, but lying about different thing, i.e. Upload time. You lying to me, bruh? Yeah. And you wonder, like, oh, this guy is saying. Sadly, this does put my credibility in place. If I said something that was out of the ordinary and perception, I would have a court defense. I can actually blame insanity. Your Honor, my client's clearly insane. I talk about, the CEO of this soup company talked about a 3D printed meat. That judge like, oh, yeah. The judge will be like, I knew something was wrong the second I saw him. I knew something was wrong the second I saw him. Yeah, thank you so much. Too hot. Ooh, storage is full, not too hot. Great. Not good, I didn't upload the schnitzel. Je me suis rasé les aisselles en pensant à toi. Si tu avais vu celle laquelle, tu comprendrais pourquoi. Et dans mon corps de jeune fille. See, storage is full, so I have to delete some videos. Que esta no es bueno. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I do 4 here? Nice. Раз, два, три, четыре. Да. Очень хорошо. Que четыре, que 4. And before we continue, I want to show you something. My penis. Why? Why not? It's nice, bro. You know, this old noise. I thank God for 10 years so dead because I don't have to be like, oh my God, this is gonna make me insane. No, you're already insane, bro. So I'm gonna go in my files, right? Okay. News, penises, mine. We're gonna go in video. We're gonna go in. I believe it's in download. Video downloader. There you go. Perfect. You see here. You see this video in video downloader, right? I want you guys to see the dates. The date is September 30, 2024. Right? I said 2 years.
Settings didn't change. We didn't change it.
The temperature's the same, the water consumption's the same, everything's the same. But the only variables is the chicken. And the feed that you get is the variables that come from Tyson.
Yeah. So if you go from being a great chicken farmer to a terrible chicken farmer.
And 6 months down the road, you can be out of business.
We hear the same complaint that fuels those lucky few to succeed.
I love that they put a menu over another menu.
For starters, they're probably offering food that customers actually want to eat.
So if you were to order a chicken sandwich, what type of chicken sandwich would you most likely order?
Chicken.
Crispy. Why crispy chicken sandwich. They just did.
How did I freaking know that? You see, there's things. Ask me about who's the 5th president of Canada. What is the state of economy that we're in? What is the latest law? What is the latest law passed by the government of Canada? But I can tell you that I downloaded a movie called Supersize Me 2 years ago. I can sort of tell you what's in the movie, not everything, but somewhat, right? What did I download it? Because I wanted to react to it. Then I learned that he was a liar. Like, well, I don't want to rely. I don't want to react to it to a liar because I don't want to. I'm not gonna react to shows that are scripted. I'm not gonna react to people that are saying bullish because I don't believe in propaganda or misinformation. Fuck that. However, the thing is, there's possibly some truths in the middle of bullshit, right? It might be bull, but there's a bull. It might be bullshit, but there's a bull in there. Around the shit, there's a bull. It may be cow shit, but around the shit, there's the cow. You know, and cow don't lie. Does that make sense? Facts, unfacts. See, the concept of lying is human. You realize that. Are we the smartest being in the planet? Who is the smartest being in the planet? A goldfish. That was too loud again. Who is the smartest being in the planet is a goldfish. A goldfish has a 2 seconds memory. That's why it's constantly doing back and forth in the aquarium. Because it doesn't remember what is there, right? So why is that the smartest being? Well, look at retain the information is the being that absorbs the most information. He's in constant state of discovery. Constant state of discovery. Because he doesn't remember. He might be learning the same thing, but he's always learning. When's the time that you learned something? With video, possibly. Before that was when was the last one? My last video was very kind. That's very kind. When was the last one? Porn to learn a new language. I did the same thing. Like, wow, in Canada knows many language. Oh, you know. Study of culture. Yeah. A special kind of culture, that's what's up. So I was talking about, I was talking about high school. There's a song by Gucci Water, which was what? Yeah, used to be cool, used to be known back in school. We can cut class, but I don't really go to class. You used to let me study every time I was puppy. I was a shy kid sitting in violence. I met you in the summer, everything I wanted. After time passed, I feel like a puppet. If you can take me away in the darkest place, I'll be back in your arm in another day. Now you got new friends, not the old one, not the fat one. He's an alcoholic, if I'm really being honest. They don't know you like I do. Sitting back in high school, take me back to high school. Something. Yeah, pretty much it. In high school, I was, I wasn't, what was I going at? A search of validation. Good job, Inc. ADHD defeated. I go way back. So I know it's hard to believe, but I wasn't the tallest. Not the best looking. That, for some reason, you don't doubt that, which is pretty rude. Wasn't the smartest. I was the most devious, but hey, that's another story. That's a story for another day, which is tomorrow. Check it out. No, I'm joking. Or am I? Who knows? And then when I started working out, I went, and this is the biggest accomplishment. Till the age of 18 is my biggest accomplishment. It's not losing my virginity at 13 because she's a cool girl, but when she makes you feel special, because you lost your virginity to her at a young age, the week after your friends tell you the same story. It's like, hey, I'm not supposed to talk about it, bro. Like, guess what I did? I did her. I'm like, nah, I did her too. And it's like, she's just trying to be cool, right? Stop trying to copy me. I gotta play like a fiddle. By the way, you don't play with a fiddle, so I don't know where that expression comes from, but hey, I guess, this is like a orchestra. Here's the violin. saxophones, and the trumpets. Perfect. So, and my biggest accomplishment wasn't that. It could have been that if you weren't such a. You know who you are. And I started working out. And I became the first choice. And then people was like, dude, you fuck up the team. I'm like, bro, I work out. Doesn't mean it, I know how to play volleyball. Hello? Oh, you work out, you must know how to play volleyball. Sure, I guess. Yeah. And so that was a bittersweet. But safe to say, my parents were very grudgeful. You know the name Vendetta? I knew the word, what it meant, vendetta. But I learned that word pretty quickly in life. I was very grudgeful. Like, oh, remember when you were 5 what you did? I'm like, yeah, I was 5. I'm 24 right now. 23. It's even worse. I don't want my parents to be looking that bad, so I'll lie to you guys. I'll protect them, you know? And so to say, I didn't have an invitation, so I come in, and this is gonna be too much information. So if you don't want information, you can totally leave this video. All right, right. So I started making content because I'm getting bullied at work, and it's an escape route. I want to become Ing Vendetta because Ing Vendetta don't take shit from nobody. The first thing I do, take shit. Yeah. My first stream, I got called a F-slur. I was like, oh, people so rude. My God. Call my mom. No, I didn't call my mom. She didn't pick up. She didn't pick up. Yeah, she didn't pick up. So I don't have success. I know. It took me a year and a half to get 100 followers. And now we're sitting at a pretty 750. 751. Anyone better? 751 going once, going twice. 752. 752 going once, going twice. 760. You guys are amazing. Sold. It's 760. Let's get there. And I had an Instagram page, which, trust me, that was crazy. I had 1,500 followers. My apologies for her. But you know why? It was insane, bro. I was playing this game called Call of Duty Mobile. Oh, no storage. Take me back to high school. I said I'm gonna say goodbye to. I met you in the summer. Everything I wanted. After time passed, I feel like a puppet. You can tell me away on the darkest place. I'll be back in your arm on another day. I know you got new friends, not the old one, not the next one. If she really being honest, and they don't know like I do. Take me back to high school. I'm trying to fight you. Said I said goodbye to. Met you in the summer. Everything I wanted. After time passed, I feel like a puppet. You can take me away on the darkest way. I'll be back in your arm on another day. I know you got new friends, not the old one, not the new one. She survived that one. I'm really being honest, they don't know it like I do. Take me back to high school. You can throw me away. And we're back. Sorry, we didn't have enough storage. My bad once again. So I know the hair is crazy, but that's because of the heat. Just puff up because of the curliness of it. So I was talking about YouTube, and then I was on Instagram. I reached 1,500 followers, but it wasn't for the right reason. I did show I showed my feet. No, I was playing a game called Call of Duty Mobile. And for some reason, I got like 400 follows from Bangladesh, freaking Egypt. Like, wow, okay, cool. And they would comment on my video, they would comment in Arabic. Say 1v1 me, bro. No, bro, nah, I don't know you. So, 1,500. And then back then, what I used to do is I would do likes for likes. I know. Well, that kind of guy. However, I had 1,500 follows, and I would do it with everybody. For example, I got 100 likes. I would do 100 likes. My account got banned. Yeah. But I got lucky. You know why? That account I was faceless. So when I made another account after, and I was face revealed, the organization didn't know that I was banned. They weren't like, oh dude, this guy's trouble. I knew you were trouble when you created your Instagram account. I used facial recognition. I knew you was banned. Something like that, right? So yeah, I lose that account. I'm like, I'm at work. I'm crying to Shao, my homie Shao. Shout out to Shao Bautista. Oh, this is gonna sound the whole day. And can you even hear me? I hope you can hear me. Otherwise, what's the point? The point is a guy that moves a lot. I guess. So, I lose the account and I do it again. And then I'm seeing another friend of mine, which is Leanne Pickle. Shout out to Leanne. Leanne, I have to shout her out because poor girl, she is on the spectrum. It's not a reason I can't shout out people on the spectrum. I'm not saying that, but I'm like, dude, you're doing everything kind of. I don't know how to say it, but she'll create like 4 or 5 accounts. Say, well, the African account didn't work. I'm like, yeah, but you had all these videos on it. And she showed me a website called Wattpad. And her Wattpad was a story about a certain liquid kink, which is not spit. And yeah, so I was like, okay, well, okay. And oh, by the way, it's so funny because Leanne, I mean, again, she's a super sweet person. She's very, very kind. But it's how can I put this? It's complex because you're like, I really tried to help you, but when I realized that you couldn't be helped, I kind of stepped away because I'm like, dude, you're asking for help, but I can't help you. So you're making me feel bad about it, right? So she did a drawing, and not a drawing. That's in French again. She did a pool, right? You have name, and she picked my name for a game, which was Mario vs Sonic Olympic. True story too. And she never reached out. She's like, oh, I hope you see this video, and I hope he knows that that he won. Nah, dude. After like 7 months later, I'm like, oh wow, I won. She's like, yeah, but it's too late. I already gave somebody else. Okay, no problem. But you see, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about, right? And so she showed me this website. And when I was younger, talking about 16 to 20, 23. Yeah, and when I say 16, I was much younger, but let's not go there, right? I had a little problem with a porno, with a huge problem. I had this almost addiction. See, the worst thing is that's like a workout. It is like a workout, right? I think. I don't know. It's working my lower core. Yeah, my trapezoid, bro, is working like crazy, bro. I'm gonna get sore, but don't worry, I got protein, I got pre-workout, I got creatine. Possibly be taking some Tren, 10, 15. And on Wattpad, so I had this problem with the porno, and you realize when you watch as much as I watch, you realize that everything is the same thing. It starts with a scenario that's not so great. It's finished first is a BJ, then it's sometimes a mutual breakfast, I guess, and then it's to the scene, and then you got a money shot. If you don't know what's a money shot, it's a money shot, and then you got the finale, and that's it. So when you watch them, so then what you start doing is like, okay, well, I'm bored. I overconsume this media, so I start reading. Like, you know what? I can actually. I want that you can write. So I wrote a story, it didn't work. I wrote the second story, it didn't work. My story was shit. Safe to say it was shit, but it was fun. It was fun. And I started writing some erotica. True story too. I was number one. I'm not even joking. One day I was number one in adult stories. Yeah, I don't know if it was only for Canada, but still, even then, it's like huge. And I was getting thousands of views per day. 1,000 views at the peak. And at the end, the story had 130,000 views. What happened? The term of services changed. And my story was deemed too adult for the websites. So like, oh, dude, and I didn't have a backup. I would legitimately be selling this book. And yeah. So with all of that being said, I would get comments like, oh, dude, this was a really cool story. It was ladies too. Dude, how can I put this? Dudes validating you is fun, because that's my boy, that's my bro. But the girls like, dude, this is kind of the shizzle, you know? Because ultimately speaking, you're trying to please whom? The ladies or the dude? The ladies. Or the dudes, doesn't matter. Yeah. And then I had like, holy shit. And I was obsessed with writing. I broke my ankle. I spent 6 weeks writing. And I think what happened is, one girl, she said, because what I was doing is, I would get, like when I had a friend, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna write a story, I want to dedicate you a story. What are you into? I was a perf, right? And then she says, she said that she was into the R word, the grape. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a story. And then 2 days after, I'm losing it. I'm like, dude. Yeah? So yeah. And that's pretty much it. So I lose the story, I lose all the followers. But that was the first kind of validation that I had. And once I had it, I couldn't stop. Then I started going to the TikTok, right? On TikTok, I started having a lot of follows. I got lucky because the first thing that I really posted on TikTok was Elden Ring. Like 1,000 follows in a month and a half, I think. And yeah, like holy shit, I'm very popular, right? Which is not true. So then you constantly try and you become addicted to the likes, the follows, the comments, and it's just exhilarating. Like I would wake up to 21 comments, and most of them were positive. Like holy shit, dude, I'm so lucky, you know. So the search for validation, I believe, it usually starts with a seeking of it. Everybody wants to be loved, everybody wants to be appreciated, everybody wants to be valued. But then it becomes a need. Because you feel normal, then you feel appreciated, then you feel underappreciated. You'll never feel overappreciated. Right? You'll never feel that. I felt it like 3 days ago because I posted a bad video. The reason that's why, at the minute it stops. When I got so many likes, so many comments, I'm like, dude, you know? That's fucked up. But hey, what can I do? What can I do? And it's kind of sucky because, you're looking for a validation in the wrong places. The validation that you should have is yourself. So when I wanted to make the content of validation today, I was thinking about the guy that we're looking for clout and shit like that, and I was like, dude, you're a piece of shit. I want nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. Right? But then, I understand where he's coming from. There's a high chance that this guy doesn't like himself. Right? Is it a high chance that this guy doesn't like himself? And this guy is possibly struggling with a couple things. I knew you were strumming when you walked in. So shame on me, let's go. Okay, I'm just gonna check something out, which is... Okay. I'm pretty sure this guy blocked me too. Yeah. Good you? Good you? See, and again, there's something here that happened today, but I'm not necessarily complaining about because although the guy did it on purpose, but it's kind of shitty, right? I got a text today because I started posting, and the dude was like, "When are you going live next?"
Merci.
Then it is on the spectrum.
Yes.
So I know that he possibly doesn't have the best super skills, and that's okay, right? Don't judge. But it just sucks because
Careful how you
how can I put this? It just sucks because
I'll fucking burn a bridge while
dude,
standing on it.
I posted a couple of videos and your first thought is, hey, I hope you're feeling good, dude. I hope you're feeling good. Your first thought is, when are you live again? You know? It's not a big deal. I'm gonna get over it, but just come on, bro. Yeah? And you see, that's also like, weirdly speaking, this is also like validation. So where's your validation? Is your validation only when you go live every single day? Is your validation only when you make content on every single day? Right? I didn't make content on that page for 8 months. I didn't have a community, I lost my community before that. But, you know, it's, now it's gone for sure. And now I kind of blame, like, oh, well, you know, mental health, I can only blame I was away, you know? It sucks. But hey, that's life, right? So you have the appreciation, and it's a cool thing because validation, the best thing ever is that you don't need it. You never need it, right? You never need it. But then you realize, like, you know what? It is nice. It is very nice. If I could get it, I would love to get it again, right? And then you realize that you never needed it in the first place. It's like this drug, I guess. And it's an addictive thing until it's an addictive thing. And I'm gonna tell you a secret, this is really bad. I posted this video 2 days ago on the main account, right? And I got like 20 likes. And I was like, holy shit, I wonder how much I'm gonna get today. I surprised myself looking at the page 10 plus times in the same day for likes. I'm like, how desperate are you? How sad are you, dude? That is not normal. So yeah, validation is a dangerous thing. It'll make you feel like a god, but it's not. You're a false idol. You're nothing. If your happiness depends on how people view you, then you're nothing. If happiness depends on people seeing you as this great person, if your own confidence depends on people viewing you as somebody that they can have trust in, it doesn't work. You know? And yeah, that's pretty much it for validation. And then I mentioned that I did have another subject. It'll be a very short one. So I know we've been going on for like a long time. It'll be a very short one. And it's lately kind of seen, like since yesterday actually. We've been doing content during the day. And it's kind of great, to be honest. Talking about peer pressure yesterday and living in society where that's important, right? But it's kind of great because I'm realizing that the mindset is very different. During the day, I feel like because the world is moving around me, I feel like I need to move. I feel like I need to do things because there's so many stimulants on the outside that you're stimulated inside, right? And I feel like I'm working more because the sun is there. I'm getting more energy. I'm feeling like a normal person. See, the night is very quiet. It's very lonely. It's very simple too. Like for example, today, yesterday, I called both my mom and my dad because I was lonely, and it didn't go well. But then the plot of it was not good because you don't call people when you need them. You call people when you want to talk to them, right? For simple reasons you want to talk to them. That's the fair. That's a nice way. That is the honest way. But even then, I was like, okay, well, you know, it did not go as planned. As planned was what? As planned because you need attention. That's not normal. Does that mean validation? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, you needed to talk to them when you were lonely. You're going to the store when you're hungry. Of course you're going to buy more. You're hungry. You know? It's dumb. But if it works, it works. And then during the day, all this is going on. So not only am I feeling great because all this is going on, but I feel more productive. And my days are going faster. Because at night, what's going to happen at night, and this is the weirdest thing, at night it's going by fast, really fast. It's going fast because you're doing something, then you start doing something else. For example, a couple of days we were working on merchants. I should possibly click a couple buttons for you, just in case. Be a good boy for once. And it's a weird thing because I was making my videos before, making my way downtown, talking fast, and it's all last. White Chick, which was a great movie. White Chick is probably one of the best comedy movie out there. I'm not even kidding. You thought Drewski was original, and shout out to Drewski. I think his white face was funny as fuck. But he's not the first one to do it. He's the first one to do it. Okay, that's not true. He's the first one that asked a boss to do it on social media. The very first person, the very first concept of whiteface was possibly White Chicks. And you know what's the craziest thing? That movie is so sad because it's one of the funniest movies, but if it was white dude, and if the two guys, which is the Marlon brothers, by the way, if they were impersonating white dudes, I don't think it would have been like as well received. They're impersonating two dumb blonde, which are part of the elite of society. They're like, hey, you know, and it's I'm gonna say something that's disgusting, but it's like the movie like Legally Blonde, right? With Reese Witherspoon. I think Reese Witherspoon is fantastic. I think she's so talented, but she's pretty. Take the movie Legally Blonde, put a blonde girl that's not as pretty as Reese Witherspoon. The movie's a failure, you know. So, kind of fucked up, right? And then that's what you make. So you replace racism with sexism. Still, ism. That's really solving the problem, but then one of the great piece. It's one of the great pieces of media. And then we said it was done once, it was then done again. See, Martin Brothers are my go-to when it comes to black comedy. When it comes to black comedy, that's my go-to, right? But then I watched a scary movie last time. The last one wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Yeah. Was I talking about that? I don't remember. Validation. Oh yeah, so during the day, yeah. So when I was working at night, I was making my video at night. I was working on the merchant. Like, holy shit, it's already 5 o'clock in the morning. I feel like I'm more aware of the time during the day. Now, during the day, that's a problem. Because, for example, yesterday, the weather was special. Filmed the weather. Today, the weather was special. I filmed the weather. So I do feel that because we are filming the weather, I feel like we're more busy than we should be, or we usually are. Which is not great because the goal is not to be overly busy. The goal is to do some good work. See, this is also kind of important for validation things. The whole thing about the day, yes, is important because this is my day-to-day life, and this is new schedule, new mentality, new approach, new perspective. But the reality is not that. The reality is validation is was more important in the grand scheme of things, right? Because I'm talking about being awake during the day. You think the winter I'm gonna be awake during the day? Fuck that. Fuck no. You know? And today is very hard because during the day, the sun is waking up at 5. It's going on at 9. And if it's only 8 hours, so it's not good. If I do it just for the summer, I'm happy about that. The hairs are crazy today. I'm sorry about that. Why am I apologizing? I don't know what fuck. So yeah, so for validation, that's also it. You know, and right now, because we're not posting the videos because we live very Vendetta and we're always posting, but keeping private. So you can kind of see it as draft if you want to. Because you're seeing it as draft, or because we're doing it as draft, it's a weird position because you're like, okay, well, everything that we're doing, I'm sorry guys, the noise, you go from complete silence to complete noise the whole day, and it drives you nuts because you're not used to it. But then you see everybody else, it's completely normal. The birds at the morning. You wanna know why I know the sun is waking up without looking at the time? The birds. See, I don't know what I'm talking about. Because of the noise. Yeah. So right now we're doing a secret project, right? It's the perfect moment to do quality over quantity. Because there's this pressure of always posting. Because of validation, you see that, okay, well, I got likes. You know what? To be happy, I need 20 likes per day. Example. This video got 3 likes. Well, I'm good at math, so I can do 3 times 8 videos. Oof, it's very painful. Booty. I need to stand up a little bit. I can actually do like 3 times 8. Then I realized, like, you know what? It's kind of cool because we're getting the perfect amount of likes to make me happy. But no, bro. You did one good video, you get more than 20 for one video. Now this is the perfect time to switch up between quantity and quality. Only problem with that is what is quality? I know what is quality. I don't know what it is. Quality is not quality, it's quantity. It always will be quality. You get used to it. You're okay with it. You know? So we're gonna stop that video here. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, is you blink. Yes, there's a phone there filming the nature. The phone here playing tower. They're doing well because they're having a fantastic day. You guessed it. This is a Be a Gamer video. We're reviewing one game today, which is Digimon Up. So Digimon Up is a game that released today on the today is the 18th of July. Yeah, it's the 15th. Oh, embarrassing. I released it today. So the game, I wasn't planning to play it, right? What happened was it was pre-registered and it uploaded automatically on my phone. I'm like, oh my god, it released today. And it was so exciting. It was so exciting because like this is the very first time that I played a game that was released the same day, which is not true. We played Tokyo Break the Chains when it was released. So I was really happy about getting like the first day being one of the testers or one of the first guys to get his hands on it. The game itself is actually quite nice. It's an auto battler. I love the retro feelings to it. They really did retro. It's not 8 bits, but it's not far from being 8 bits. The combat system is nice. Using Digimon, it's very auto battler. It's like, okay, well, he's showing a battle of fire. Oh, he throws a claws. You got buddy system, which is really cool, which is the character from the anime and the manga and their Digi partner. You got yourself, so you choose at the beginning you choose a starter, which is really cool because you get all the starters. So every single character, you get the Digimon that was with them. We went with the red one. I don't remember his name. Igimon, I think. And it's fun. You get DG trucks. You get some equipment, which is random, which is like Legend of Mushrooms. It's like Legend of Atlan. It's actually really cool. You also get skills. You have skills that you can use as a trainer. The game is fun, but it's quite repetitive. The graphics aren't that nice. They're fun, but I wouldn't be looking at the screen for 2 hours, right? It's quite repetitive. Again, you're moving the same way. With the same enemy, you get different landscape. But when the landscape lasts 20 minutes, doesn't change, it's too much. There's a DG world, which is really cool because you explore the DG world, you have movement, which are counted, attack, which are counted. There's a lot of things that are counted, so that's really freaking cool. What else is cool? I feel like the nostalgia, the chat was very nostalgic. If you're a Digimon fan, this is the game for you. The people were hyped for the game. But if you're not a Digimon fan, even if you didn't follow it religiously, I don't think it's a game for you. So it's fun, it's a time waster. Is it the best game I ever played? No. Is it close to being the best game I ever played? No. Is it fun? Yes. Should you give it a shot? Absolutely. Go ahead. It's okay. Don't blink, ying. Welcome to the show. Continuing well, having a wonderful day. We're doing a video today. It's very rare that we do a video, but I feel the need to review a video because, I don't know, I was kind of rushed by the time because I wanted to do a short. And yeah, I just didn't give it my all. So we'll do a longer version of the game, Digimon Digi Up or Digimon Up. So the game got released today on the 15th of July. Did I plan to delete to download the game? No. It was a pre-registered game that downloaded automatically. But I checked it out. It is really cool because, except for Tokyo Break the Chain, this is the only time that I played a game on the release date. Which is not true. I played Metaphor, Ray Fantasio for the stream. I played God of War Ragnarok for the stream. I played. I think that's it, to be honest. But the game itself. I love the way it starts. Listen, my issue with Digimon is so the issue with Digimon is actually quite simple. I could only watch Digimon on Teletoon. In Teletoon, I had it twice a month, which is when I went to my mom's house. I couldn't follow Digimon as much as I could. Fun fact about Digimon, when I moved to the apartment, my neighbors had Wi-Fi. We sold the Wi-Fi. When I figured out that we had Digimon for free. Yeah. 2012, they had less laws about copyright. They're phenomenal. So the game itself, how is it? Well, I like the retro aspect of it because it's an older game. It's a really cool graphics. It's 8 bits. However, I will say, like I said in the short, that the graphics themselves are nice, but at the same time, looking at it for a while, you get over the charm quickly. So the charm is that it's 8 bits, it's retro, but then you're like, okay, well, you know, I would like to watch something a bit more graphically interesting, a bit more aesthetically pleasing, right? Right now we're playing a game that I call The Tower, and it's beautiful. And I can watch it for hours. Digimon, after 2 hours, I was bored, right? The game itself, I actually love the fact that you start with a Digimon. However, there is a big problem with that. And this is a huge problem. This is my first, like, real problem with the game. The situation with the Digimon is they give you the Digimon. What is really cool here is they give you the base Digimon. So for example, you'll have the level of Agrumon, right? Problem is, if you don't know the evolution line, you're stuck with it. And then you're in a position where you're like, okay, well, I don't know enough. So I picked one of the three first. I know Agrumon was really cool. I know the blue guy was really cool. And I picked the red guy, which is, I did research it on Google, so I should still have it in my history. By the way, I'm going to say something positive right now, because I think it is important to be positive.
Just to remind
if you're a fan of Digimon, this game is for you. This game is absolutely, unequivocally for you. It's kind of nice. So, it was, there you go. So, Vmon now. Okay, evolution line Digimon. It should be one of the most popular Digiline. So yes, so you had a lot of the original character. We chose him, Gilmon. Yes, Gilmon. Super cool. Also, there is some complexity of it, right? So they'll make you choose if you want to evolve speed or attack. So that's a bit complex if you don't know what to do, right? But I'm happy with the choice that I made. I think it looks fantastic. Yes, the graphics are comme ci, comme ça. They're nice, but not that nice. The gameplay is super cool. It's kind of repetitive, but it's repetitive in a good way. It's repetitive in a sense where you don't always have to be paying attention, right? There's the principle of the game is you play, you get some item, and you get some small cubes, which you can use to destruct equipment. Equipment makes you stronger. You get evolution lines, so the level you get evolution, which is really cool. And that's pretty cool. That's really fantastic. I'll be honest, this is really cool. What else was nice? The chat itself. The chat, it was filled with people that knew Digimon and were fan of Digimon, so it's always super cool. I'm gonna say something that's not nice, but I love hanging out with nerds because nerds have this passion. I saw I had a friend, I found him recently, and he started talking to me about, and I just said, what are you watching for the Forts? May the Forts. And he went into this almost hour-long discussion of Star Wars Rebel. And he sold it to me. I love that, right? So, the fact that the chat was there was kind of cool. Evolution line is a bit sort of, it takes a long time. Like, they get you the first time because it takes like half an hour to evolve the first time. Second time is like an hour. There's a lot of things you can do. You can go to Digi World, which is port for item, which is really cool. Because you get a number of attacks, you get a number of steps. It's really cool. What else? Get Digi Meat. So you have this farm. I'm sorry guys, the chair is not comfy. I bought one, we're getting it on Friday or Sunday max. So I'm happy about that. So yes, so with that being said, that was kind of cool. Because the Digi Meats, you can actually have like sort of a random effects, right? If you play a game like this, idle games, some Dungeon Sister, some Legend of Mushrooms, Overgeared Hero, everything is the same. They're all kind of a clone. They all copy from each other, right? So Digimon has a lot of concept that is not new. The camp concept is nice because you get to partake in the clan, in the camp, not a clan. What else? I feel like it was really cool. You get some new enemies every single time. However, you get the same enemies. So for example, you get this new map, which is 30 level. We'll get the same enemy for 30 level. I don't know how much it is, how good it is, but the game was fun. It was entertaining at the very least. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. That's pretty much for all I have to say. I'm going to be giving it another try later on, but first impression is positive. Could be better. The game is not great. The game is not even good. The game is okay. One more thing that's not good, because the biggest problem with Digimon Up is that it feels so complete without being complete, right? And there's this fear that they gotta pull it off. I was reading, this is crazy, you don't believe me, but it's okay. I was reading a game yesterday, talking about Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains yesterday. And I was talking about, and I was watching a video about it, and we were talking about the loss of contract. So, the dev rights to pull off the game from the servers at any point they want. Digimon has this problem too. So I don't want to get attached because I'm afraid they're going to take it off. But so far it's fun. Like I'm saying, right now we're playing this game, the tower. And I had it on one screen, on the other screen we had Digimon. I'm going to show you the content, the exact content, because I think it's interesting.
Motherfucker, I don't mind.
See, I'm watching TikTok. Addicted to the mind rot. Who got 118 megabytes. That is not good. And here you go. You guys, if you guys forgot, so you see you had the SLS skill first. That's actually really nice. This is perfect, by the way. I don't know how you can see it or not. Can you see it like that though?
I died.
No. Can you see it like that? Kinda. Yeah. Yeah. And I fucked up. Oh, we didn't. We have the microphone on. Nice. So, it's fun. But it's fun if you do something in the background. I'm gonna be honest. The reason why this game only gets an okay, not a good or a great, is because I was playing the game and I had to have a movie backward, and I had to have another game, otherwise I was bored. A game is not supposed to do that. A game is supposed to be like, hey, this is fun, no matter what. So yeah, so if you want to try it out, I think it's the first day's fun. It crashed a couple times, forcing an update, which is okay, I guess. It's the first day, you know. So yeah, and then it's it. So try it out. It's pretty fun. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your buying. Welcome to the show, because you must are having a wonderful day. Welcome to a movie review. Today we have 2 movies. Just checking the tower, of course, because I'm a gangster. We have 2 movies today to review. So that's the thing. I do movie reviews almost every single day. So the intro is kind of fun to do, but at the same time, like, okay, well, this is another day at work, right? Which is a great day at work, because I love doing that. Today we're reviewing 2 movies, and I have to say, today I didn't hit the jackpot. The movie that I watched were kind of okay. The first one that I saw was Please Don't Feed the Children. Please Don't Feed the Children is actually this really cool story. It's an apocalypse, and it's about this virus and about how kids are sort of immune. I don't even remember if the kids are immune or more subject to getting the sickness. So the sickness is never really explained, but it's cannibalism, right? So we get this group of kids, teenager, and the group of teenagers like, okay, well, we have to survive. We're literally being hunted down because we're teenager. They get hunted down, and they go to this woman's house, and this woman seems nice, but there's something wrong with her. You can kind of see that she's being overly sweet, but there's also this anger in her. So she'll do things. For example, there's a specific scene where she is in a greenhouse, and she talking about her husband, and now he's gone, right? And then she touched a plant, and the plant is like peppers, and she's like, my husband used to love these. And the girl had a chance, because they're sort of not necessarily kidnapped, but they're sort of locked away. And the way they present the situation is actually really well made, right? It's actually really well made. So how can I put this? She helps them, and like, hey, we need your car. And it's like, how can you do that to me? I helped you. It's like, hey, listen, either you give your car, or we're gonna fuck you up. And it's like, what a monster. So then she got the upper end, and then she imprisoned them. So when you think they imprisoned them, I think it's self-defense, right? I wonder, there's one girl that she saved. The one girl was like, no, we can't do that. She's nice to us. Like, okay, there's hope for you. So yeah, so she doesn't do it. The reason why we're looking here is because I kind of want to go out, to be honest. I kind of want to go out. It's nice outside. So, yeah, so the girl, which is saved, has a chance to save her friend. And she saved her friend, and she has like a shovel. She can use the shovel and knock the woman out, right? And then save her friend. But then at the same time, the woman is in pain, and then she says, if they remind you of something bad, the peppers, throw them away. And then she's like, how can you throw away things? And she gets really pissed. And you're like, okay, well, this girl is unstable. This woman is unstable as fuck. And that's the beauty of the movie. The actress that played the woman is actually really nice. So the good thing of the movie is the plot twist. So at the end, her husband is still alive. Her husband is infected, and she feeds them children. So that's why she captured them, to feed them. However, the movie isn't that great because why? Sorry about the noise. Yeah. I'm gonna go insane, bro. They're constructing not the street, the streets. Where's the blue here? They're building that street. They're rebuilding that street, renovating. I mean, the plot twist is insane. But then when we reach the plot twist, I only like the older woman. The kids are boring. They're constantly trying to escape. They're trying to, oh my god, we should do this, but we don't do it. Hey, we should do this, but we don't do it. Hey, what about this? Let's not do it. So at the time that you get to the plot twist, which is really good, you don't care anymore. So, great ending, Middle is sucky. Beginning is okay. Next movie on the list, we have Joe and the Hole. So Joe and the Hole is the story of a kid. The reason why we watch Joe and the Hole is for a simple reason. I was watching this TikTok channel who was taking entire movies and making 10 minutes about it, right? So I saw Joe and the Hole. I thought the whole story there. I thought the whole story. It was kind of fantastic because I'm like, okay, well, you know what? A movie in 10 minutes that is interesting, you're gonna make me want to watch a real movie, right? The story itself is there's a kid called Joe. And Joe is sort of I believe it's on the spectrum. He's weird. He's a weird kid. He's asking questions like, what is it to be an older? What is it to be an adult? He's asking it, why can't I feel pain? Etc. And it's really weird, right? And it's weird in the sense of it's worrying. You know, you got this kid like, okay, well, this kid is odd, right? And it's not a cute odd. It's a, okay, well, should I be worried? So they get into a fight. So the parents give him shit. Like, oh yeah? And then he's discovered because he has this drone. And in this drone, he discovered there's a hole. And the hole used to be a bunker, right? So then he threw his parents in the hole, which is the story of Joe in the hole, right? So you find out the parents are trying to escape. It's Dexter Morgan, which is Michael C. Hall, which I love. Great actor. They're trying to escape the hole. They cannot do it. The son barely feeds them. And the whole movie is about how the son is dealing with it. So for example, he's trying to come over. He drives him. He's like, how the heck is your parents are letting you drive? It's like, oh, don't worry about it. The coolest thing is, there's a really sweet moment when you realize it's only a kid. So he calls the gardener because the gardener is gonna come and gonna see the hole. He's like, okay, well, if they see the hole, they see that my parents are in there, they call the cops. I can't do that. See the hair? It's freaking sweaty because it's so hot outside. And so he tried to copy his father's voice. He can't. He tried to copy his mom's voice. It's like, okay, well, this is acceptable. This is good. So copy his mom's voice. This is just a kid, right? His friend comes. One of the best moments in the movie is him and his friend play a game of drowning. So they're saying, hey, if you drown, which is, I don't think it's true. If you're drowning, you'll get to see Alice's Nation, right? So they try to do it to each other. Of course, it's not true. So again, he gets the friend to come over, he gives him money, he drives him around, gives him a shit ton of money. It's like, where'd you get the money? Don't worry about it. And then there's a couple of sad scene, right? The couple of sad scene is, for example, there's a friend of the mom that comes in, and he begs her to stay, and he acts like unhinged because he's lonely. He's like, okay, well, please stay. Can you please stay? Please stay. And it gets annoying. You're like, dude, let her leave. This is weird. Where the movie sucked. The movie sucked because the main character, which is the kid, Joe, there's nothing praiseworthy about him. He's this odd kid, and it's not like this odd kid that's going through shit. He's just odd to be odd. He's not a victim. He is the aggressor. There's not a moment where you feel bad for him. You feel bad for him because he's alone, but then you remember, oh yeah, you're not alone. You push your parent down the hole, you know? The parents itself, it's kind of nice because there's a scene where they are giving up. There's a scene where they're hopeful. There's a scene where they're trying to escape the hole, which is good. The movie ends with what? The movie ends with Joe, who brings them back up from the hole, and they have a normal supper. Like, what the fuck? I would have beat that kid up, right? Even if it's my own son, I would have teach him a lesson, right? You don't put your parents and your sister in a hole. It's fucked up. So the whole movie itself suffer from lack of excitement, lack of a plot, lack of a attaching character. There's not a single good character. Like, for example, there is this one thing. The movie, there's nothing that I liked, apart from one thing. That one thing is the father, which is Michael C. Hall. And I'm biased because of Dexter, of course. But what I like about the movie the most is, you see the father? He's dealing with, he's pissed off. And his mom is like, no, you know what? This kid is suffering. There's some things. The mom tells the father, like, he asked me this question. Like, really bad question. And then you realize the only saving plot for the movie is that you realize the mom, when she was young, when she was like 12 or 13, her mom left her. She's like, hey, I gotta go. And the daughter's like, no, please let me go with you. The mom's like, no, there's no place for you. She said, there's money on the table. There's enough money for 1 year. if you don't misuse it. So be smart. You get the money for 1 year. So then you realize the mom was left on her home at 13, and she possibly told Joe the story, and Joe was like, yo, this is a good idea, you know, this is normal. I don't want to say with grace. The father is pissed off. The sister is so drab, because she's the first one saying, hey, you pushed us down there, that's his fault. And that's why they don't know how they got there. They don't know how they felt, you know. But the sister, the first one that said, he pushed us down there. So they come back up and the movie ends there. And they're a normal family, which is so much bullshit. Yeah. So 2 not so great movie, but hey. 2 movies that I've never seen. 2 movies that we gave a try, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Oh, to finish, I didn't finish the drowning scene. So the only scary moments in the movie, or the only like suspense moment in the movie is they play a game of drowning, and they say, well, the longer you stay, the more you're likely to see things. So the kid Joe, which is fucked up, he goes in and he pushes his friend's head down the pool, and there's a couple of seconds where you're like, okay, well, is he gonna kill his friend or not? That's the only moment when I'm like, oh my god, I'm interested, I'm invested. The rest not so great. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.